Okay, we're finally back. I bet y'all thought I died or something, didn't you? You hadn't seen me. But things in Finland, when it comes to spring and summer, seem to come on really fast. Like one day the garden's too wet, and yeah, what I'm doing, I'm pulling tobacco. One day the garden was too wet, and the next day it was more than ready to be tilled. And it just turned into one thing after another, and I just couldn't get videos made. Now, what I'm doing is I'm pulling tobacco to store it. I grew my own tobacco this year. We had a good garden year, especially for southern crops, I guess, because we had some record-setting temperatures in Finland, this area this year. Now, there's a ban on smokeless tobacco in Finland. So I just says to myself, well, self, just grow your own tobacco. Then it's not a problem. So that's what I did. Now, by Tennessee standards, this is a very small, puny tobacco stalk. But I think by Finnish standards, it looks pretty good. Like I say, things just sort of got out of hand. Suddenly, the garden needed doing. And I'm sitting in one project that you've seen before, the greenhouse. The greenhouse is now complete. And then came along the issue of the roof needed painting. Well, like I say, one thing leads to another, and there's just not enough hours in the day. But I still like being in Finland. I can grow what I want to eat in Finland. Grew collards this year. Nobody in Finland has ever heard of collards. And collards are just one of those things that you either like collards or you hate collards. Sort of like broccoli, I guess, for children. Had a bumper crop of that. We had green beans, enough to can to last us the year. We had carrots. They're now put up in damp sand, stored like a root cellar. We had tomatoes in the greenhouse here, which was the first for us. What else did we have? We had potatoes. Even though right after planting the potatoes it quit raining and didn't rain again for a good month, we put up about 60 kilos of potatoes. More than enough for 2 old people for the year. So, in some respects, nothing much changed from Tennessee to Finland. We grow our food there, we grow our food here. I'm just going to keep picking tobacco while I'm talking. What I've done is, once the tobacco was ready, I had to stand it to wilt a while. And this is a bottom leaf. Bottom leaf is lower quality, so we put it in that bucket over there. I stood it to dry a while. Actually leaned it on the fence for a few days, let it wilt good. Then it's put into bundles, and it was hung in the greenhouse here to dry. Now it's ready. Now what I have to do is compact it, store it, and over time it will go through a heat and ferment. That will make it usable. Okay, on what we grew. Again, potatoes, put up onions for the year. Like I say, things just got out of hand. The greenhouse had to be done, the garden had to be done, the roof had to be painted. Just one of them things. Now, I'm from the southern U.S. Somebody say you need to paint your roof. That's a new one on me. I had to think about that one a little while. because most houses in the U.S. either have, or in the southern state, have shingle roofs, asphalt shingles. When you need a new roof, you just put on a new roof. You don't paint your roof. But that seems to be what they do here. That's a whole nother story, getting all that done. And what else did we do this year? Gardening, like I say, put up food. We can our food, we store our food. We don't buy much at the grocery store. Buy our meat in bulk. Did manage to make one short trip this year to Hapananta, Sweden. Was, of course, later in the year after the garden was done. Because now I got a garden I have to tend to, so we can't leave in the summer. But I'm still asked occasionally, and I see that's a nice leaf there. You could roll a cigar with that. Still asked occasionally, well, how do you like living in Finland? And I try to be the gentleman. And being the gentlemanly way, I say I like it quite a bit. What I really want to say a lot of time is, well, brother, I've had 3 heart attacks, several major back surgeries. I'm glad to be living anywhere. I'm just glad to be alive. I'm back into the Finnish courses again this fall. And nothing's changed, in my opinion, of learning Finnish. But like the fella said, you know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And the best I can do with Finnish. I'm learning some phrases. Terve ja tervetuloa. Hello and welcome. And, you know, I wish I could give you all this exciting and edge of the couch sitting news, but we're old. We don't do that much. We garden, we tend our yard, we mind our business, and help where we can. We have adopted a new dog. Her name is Mia, and Mia was a rescue dog. Mia came to us from Romania. And there's been some adjustment. And Sophie, my dog, who I thought would be here but has now left, is my service dog. I've had her for 8 years. She's usually by my side, at least never more than a few steps away. Has now become Mia's comfort dog. If we go somewhere and Mia becomes scared or upset, she goes to Sophie for comfort. She hides behind Sophie and she watches Sophie's reaction. Mia has settled in. She's a good dog. And we were glad to take her. She was taken off to the streets into a shelter in Romania, who then did what was necessary to have someone like us adopt her. In Tennessee, we had 3 and 4 dogs at a time. Can't say I'd want that many here. 2's enough. They both went with us to Sweden. Stayed with a great couple there in Hapananta, Airbnb. Managed to do a little driving. Got to go far enough north to say, hey, I passed the Arctic Circle. How about that? Got one of them things off the bucket list. My age, your bucket can't be too big. Here, Sophie. Sophie has come to visit. Sophie is now going to sit on the tobacco that I was working on. Anyway, I just wanted to get back on and talk and say, no, the old fart didn't die. It just got really busy around here. And the thing about the finished summer is, like I say, one night you go to bed and it's winter, and you wake up and it's spring. And then it's like the next night you go to bed and wake up and it's summer. And when summer comes, boy, it comes. It's all out. Get it done while the sun's shining. You making here on the roof of the greenhouse, it's now raining. And that's something that does a lot in Finland, is rain in the fall. I'm looking forward to snow. Probably not something a lot of people live here say, boy, I just can't wait till it snows. But when it snows, things are brighter. The sun shines, reflects off the snow, just makes for a cheerier day. And I won't even care when it starts getting really cold, because I like to go ice fishing. I'm going to try to take y'all with me some this time. Maybe we'll learn something else next time. You learn stripping tobacco this time. And for all you people that think, oh well, you know, at the tobacco they just put that stuff in with a big old machine and then they harvest it. No, this is what you do. Every leaf has to be pulled off by hand. So any of you smoke, chew, next time you go get you some, think about it. Somebody put a lot of work in that. And there's Sophie. Say bye. See you later.